Hello, Rider fans, and welcome back to the Kamen Rider Reviews podcast, where we are finally deciding once and for all which series of Riders is better, Heisei or Showa. Don't get started on Reiwa. I am joined by friends from many generations, Freezing Inferno, Son Dylan, and Lena McIntyre. How you guys doing?
We're
Damn
good.
you, Decade!
Oh no, a Decado!
Goodness.
Yeah. No, that's his whole purpose in this show. The Narutaki in Kamen Rider Decade for 18 episodes, he just randomly shows up at the end of the episode, goes, "Fuck you," and then leaves.
I remember him from the Hibiki thing when we wrapped up.
Yeah, no, all of a sudden, I'm telling you guys about Narutaki, and I forgot Hibiki's the one where he finally gets more lines other than "damn you." And it's like, okay, oops. But we're in Zamae City, and it's under attack. By Kamen Rider Kabuto? Oh, he was a rider from like 7 years before. He is, this is, a really timely time we're talking about this, but he's the one that gets all the Chuck Norris-esque jokes of Kamen Rider.
Yes.
Wow.
So in the Kamen Rider Kabuto series, he is literally just an overpowered dude. Most of the show revolves around if you don't see Kabuto on the screen, you're wondering what is Kabuto doing. And then by the time you start wondering what Kabuto's doing, you hear, "My grandmother once said," and he just shows up telling some random story that possibly his grandmother said, and while you're confused, then he kills you by kicking you in the face.
Sadly, he has no stories about his grandmother to tell, so he's getting his ass kicked.
By Kamen Rider Stronger. They're both rhinoceros beetles, so that's why they're fighting each other. But we see Stronger go in for a kick, and Kabuto clocks up. So Kabuto's main ability is he can go into like a weird hyperspeed mode. It's hard to explain, but he clocks up. Anyone else who can clock up right after he clocks up can also get into that hyperspeed mode. Most of the monsters in Kabuto clock up. And so usually what happens is, like, usually in the middle of the fight, they'll just stop time and just start kicking each other's ass and time stop.
So part 3 Dero versus Jotaro.
Yeah, basically.
And still better special effects than the CW Flash.
So Kabuto beats Stronger, gets attacked by Skyrider. Now, if you guys are looking at the notes, I put Skyrider in parentheses because this Kamen Rider was meant to be a complete reboot of Ichigo. But then they're like, nah, he flies. Let's just call him Skyrider. And then Forze shows up.
This is just one of those movies where it's like, we're the three of us, aside from you. Well, you know a lot about this shit. We're just like, oh, we're following the story of Gaim, and then it's like, oh, and then all these other assholes show up. This is just action figures bumping into each other. The motion picture.
No, this is straight what it is. So this is the third Taisen movie. So you guys may or may not know. I know I brought this up more than once. That the time block, the Saturday morning TV block that Rider and Sentai, now Gavin, holds, is called Superhero Time. Basically, you know when it's time for Rider and Sentai because there's this big and then, like, for this season, go to Tokuger, Gaim, start! And then at the end of the block, they have a goodbye,
And
so
kids
they did
get excited, buy more toys.
Yeah, so 2 years before, a few years before this movie came out, we had our first superhero Taisen. They called it that because SHT, Superhero Time, Superhero Taisens, where Kamen Rider Forze teamed up with the Go Busters, and it wasn't really even their movie. It was a Decade Go Kaiju movie. It was a
damn
big
you,
thing.
Decade.
It was a big thing because the Avengers was a big thing, so they wanted their big thing. I could go on it, but
so as always, all of this is Marvel's fault.
Yes, but that movie sucks. That movie is lovingly, in quotation marks, referred to as shit. SH lowercase I T. Superhero talk. Yeah, Fred sees it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. The history of Kamen Rider is oftentimes SH lowercase IT.
No. Yeah. So they tried SHT again following year. It wasn't as bad as the first shit, but clearly they decided they didn't want to do that again. So they don't do another one for the next year. The following year, they're like, okay, well, let's do Heisei versus Showa. It's Heisei's 15th anniversary. It's basically, we're getting close to big anniversaries for Showa. They get the guy who plays Hongo, Takashi, Sakata Sanchiro. Can't never remember his actual name.
They can get him back for anything, it seems.
Well, no. It was 38 years he was in a Kamen Rider thing, like proper, like in like himself. 38 years since the last time he played in Kamen Rider Stronger till this moment. So when he shows up, the reason why like when he shows up in this movie is like a slow walk. That is one of those things for the adults and audience go, that's the GOAT!
That's one of the things for the adults in the audience. Half the Kamen Riders in this movie are for people who are 40 watching with their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. The actor is Hiroshi Fujioka.
Yeah. But so this movie came out, and the reason why there's a little bit of Super Sentai there is because this is still considered this SHT movie.
I would like to say to dear Takeshi Hongo that before I came to my trip here, I did play on my Sega Saturn, so please don't kill me.
I do love that his actual son has both portrayed the son of Sakata Sanchiro and Kamen Rider Ichigo.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's given his characters to his son. It's great. Anyway, so Forza shows up, beats up Sky Rider, and then we get introduced to Kamen Rider J. Now, a little bit of trivia fact. Is J a Showa or Heisei Rider?
I don't know.
Both? I think there was a bit where he said they had affinity to the Showa Riders in the film, so I'm going with both.
Yeah, I'm going to go with both.
So the Heisei era, when Emperor Heisei took over, was in 1989. J came out in the early 90s.
Okay, but it's like it's kind of like Godzilla in 1984. That technically is in the Showa era, but it's the first of the new Godzilla franchise that was part of the Heisei era. So it kind of gets grandfathered in. So it's sort of similar to that.
So Black RX and the 3 early 90s movie riders, you can argue, are Heisei, but for the purposes of this movie, they gave them to Showa.
Black RX, you mean the third worst Kamen Rider series ever?
I find it funny that guy put that so low, and then you see a movie like this where they get like a significant 10-minute portion in the middle of the movie. Like, come on now.
Yeah. For reference, I just found this list online. Apparently, it turned out to be like AI voiceover. I don't know. I'm no good at sniffing at this shit. But like, it was ranking. Here's Kamen Rider series ranked, and third worst. It was like the bottom 3 was like Ghost, Saber, Black RX, and then Hibiki.
Mm-hmm.
And Kachiri had strong opinions about Black RX.
The Black RX is considered a fan favorite season. I don't know why, like it got put that low on this guy's list. Clearly, I don't know if he knew the background. Because Black RX, yes, it's a sequel season, and like the guy complained, like, "Oh, didn't you notice like every other scene a kid gets kidnapped?" That's a Showa thing. That happened throughout Showa. Like, so this series was meant to be Showa's last hurrah because the Heisei era was going to begin.
Okay.
So one of the things that happens in the Black RX is he doesn't fight the final boss by himself. Every Kamen Rider shows up during the finale.
Man, every Kamen Rider showing up. I can't imagine seeing that on screen.
I know. Imagine when it was rare. Imagine like how much hype was around the 3 or 5 Doctors at the time.
Yeah. 3 Doctors. That was like a big deal back then.
Yeah.
Well, technically, the 4 1/4 Doctors.
3.5.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that was a hyper moment, like hype moment back in the 80s. Because
Oh, yeah.
it didn't happen every 2 or 3 years like it does now.
And
You
you
know.
know that, and you couldn't go back and like it wasn't all on streaming or stuff. There was some on I don't think it was even on VHS back when Five Doctors came out. It was
Basically, in the Showa era, the writers only all got together like 3 times in the entirety of the 70s and the 80s and 90s.
good.
Though I suppose the 2-3 years comment is funnier for Doctor Who, considering 2 or 3 years later the 2 Doctors happened, and then a few years after that we had Dimensions in Time.
Yeah, but we don't count Dimensions in Time. But anyway, Gaim shows up, says some weird stuff about Showa, and destroys Jay to get to our tire screen. That was all in like 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
anyway.
This is not a Gaim movie. It is a Kamen Rider celebratory movie that happens to feature Gaim as the incumbent writer.
Yeah.
Yes.
In many regards, the Gaim cast feels very much like they're written as generic writer, with Gaim being the generic main writer, Baron being the generic co-writer, and the other writers show up, I guess.
Michi and Kuratoa are here.
Yeah, Kataka Tora, yeah.
I quite like how those two have an actual brotherly relationship in this one. Where
Yeah, it goes away.
normally it's like,
and also it's just funny. It's just funny thinking of it from Gaim. This is I don't know if this is canon or not, but it's like, oh, you're my brother, and I'm fighting alongside you, and they're just saying it straight to Baron's face, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Ooh, mango squash.
Yeah, no, it's an error. The rest of the cast don't find down until like episode 30 something.
If they really wanted to use, there's a moment later in the movie that gets played that I really wish was played out with the Gaim cast, and I'll talk about it when we get to it. But oh my god, imagining that gives me chills.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm kind of wondering what Baron would have made of all of this. No, sorry, not Baron. Bravo. What Bravo would have made of all this.
Okay. Kachiri, speaking of crossovers, I had a horrible thought. Kachiri, I forget his fucking name. What was the name of the little shit from Hibiki when the writers changed? He was the ultra competitive idiot.
Oh, Kiria. Yeah, no, he.
Okay. Is it okay? We don't actually see who is Hibiki in the movie at the end, but if it's Kiria, can you imagine Kiria and Kaito together? I'm the best. I'm the strongest. I'm the best. I'm the strongest.
No, technically, because Geo came after, so that would have still been the other Hibiki, the one that from the show. I forget because I guess he also went by Hibiki, but he also had a real name.
I know who you mean. The main Hibiki, yes.
Yeah, no, Kiria would still be the white version of Hibiki because he was still trained, and Geo made him full on Hibiki.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but that's still a funny thought because there's other
competitive idiots. Yeah.
Technically, Kuga and Kaito would have a competitive beef because Kuga's whole thing is he wants to be a master of 1,000 different arts.
It's just funny to think about these interactions, like how the second and third Doctors in those crossovers in Doctor Who, like you're always.
Imagine we actually had interactions.
That would be great.
I mean, we had some good interactions between the Showa and Heisei writers, but imagine I don't know. Imagine if Shotaro interacted with anyone other than Decade. I guess he had a little bit with Kaito, but he and Decade has worked together in like 3 other movies in the past. They already have their bond,
It's weird the way that they're set up to fight. Considering you were saying, the actor for Hongo, he passed the torch to his son. Where meanwhile, it's like, you idiots aren't fit to hold that Kamen Rider. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, mind you, he gave the torch to his son like 8 years after this.
I know, but still, it's a funny contrast.
Yeah. But we see.
It's also fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this movie is doing the fucking thing that what's the name of those American Godzilla King Kong Legendary Universe?
Yeah, the Godzilla versus King Kong.
They're doing the same shit. They're doing the Hollow Earth thing,
which has some implications because Hollow Earth theory was largely how do I put this? So are you familiar with the protocols of the Elders of Zion?
Oh no!
no.
Oh no! No!
Yeah.
That's
I
bad.
want to point out that I'm going to throw away this Hollow Earth thing as fast as they did in the show.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just for a funny. It's just for funny movie stuff.
Yeah. No, but
It
they
was a
bring up
wild
this.
concept.
They bring up this random Hollow Earth theory. We see something like it for like a minute. It's like, it's a cool shot of Kota looking up in the sky, even though there's light down here, but there's no sun, and he sees, Africa in the sky. But there's still Zimbabwe, the tower, Jaegersteel Tower. There's
Oh my
still all
God.
this stuff.
They're on Telos, not Telos. They're on Mondas.
Yeah, it's weird.
Honestly, if it was
They throw this away. They throw this away as soon as we're done with the scene. They straight up, we get this scene, they fall into the crack, they're now on this weird hollow earth. And after they meet Shu and they get out of this scene, it's gone. They forget all about it. Anyway, what's up, Sean?
Yeah, if this was done today, it'd probably be multiverse bullshit rather than Hollow Earth shit.
No, we already got multiverse shit, and there's a bunch of multiverse. Decade is Quantum Leap. He already goes.
Say that to us.
We are not
no.
putting that on the wheel.
No. Decade is straight. Decade straight up. His whole thing is he's trying to find his way home. When they even mention, aren't you trying to find your place to die? No, I'm trying to find my place to live. No, he is trying to get back home.
So what you're telling me is Decade is the Japanese equivalent of Scott Bakula.
Yes.
Based.
If Scott Bakula met like Captain Kirk and the Doctor and Captain Jane and somehow got their powers.
I mean, Scott Bakula was a Starfleet captain in Star Trek.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So yes. But his whole thing is he's in a photo studio where every time they drop a new backdrop for photos, the photo studio moves into a different dimension.
I see.
Okay.
And when he says he's the destroyer of worlds, he's going to different dimensions of riders, but not their main dimensions. So Fred saw this firsthand. So he went to a different Hibiki dimension where the Hibiki was just a dick that turned into a monster, and a random character had to become a new Hibiki. But then,
so if he ended up in the Build universe, he'd end up in a world where the main guy, what am I blanking his name?
So let me explain this differently. If he shows up in the Build universe, there might be a thing where Build's dad's the only Build. Sento is not in the picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was thinking was more Sento never got amnesia.
Something like that, but maybe Sento's dad's the only Build, but his dad isn't played by the dad from the show. Or maybe they bring back the coffee shop owner. Maybe the coffee shop owner somehow became Build after touching Pandora's box and gaining that power. It would be something like that, and then evil will be something completely different, or it will be like one of the Blood Brothers as the big final boss. So basically, Decade, every Decade two-parter ends with him killing a final boss, and then thus because he solved all the issues for that rider, the world is quote unquote destroyed because there's no more issues in that world.
I know we saw the Hibiki thing, but when you said every Decade episode is him being the final boss, I'm like, Decade has to play a drum?
Yeah, but you saw the freaking Hibiki monster was the big bad.
Yeah, I remember.
And once the Hibiki monster was destroyed, they found the perfect song to seal away all the monsters, and you're remembering it now. You're remembering the weird little. They each had a piece of a song, and they all had to work together.
Wait, so is that just the ending of Symphogear?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Anyway, let's get back to the movie.
We have to.
So we have my meeting Shu, but no Pilaf in sight.
Shu's this random kid. He has the ability to turn things inside out that he uses once.
But well, technically he's forced to use it again on a massive scale. That's
But,
climate
yeah.
change picture.
We see Decade taking a picture. His camera is a multi-dimensional picture. You see, like, when you see him look at the picture later on, he can see into multiple versions of Shu being happy in multiple different dimensions. It's weird. The cracks are two ways, and then we run into the man, the myth, the legend, Takeshi Hongo.
Dun.
And I love this bit. You are Gaim. Wait, how did you know that? You're like an internet celeb. DJ Sagara talked about you like a million times. I mean,
this is why I call you a dumbass.
And again, no focus on the actual show of Gaim.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure they didn't want. So here's the thing: if the Showa writers knew about Helheim, each of the Showa writers, especially Ichigo and Nigo, apparently are in the top 0.0001% of the smartest people in the world.
Oh my god.
They will make Ryoma, if put into a scientific battle of wits, look like a kindergartner on his first day in university.
I'm just,
This is why he dukes out with children.
Yeah. So if they understood what Helheim was, or the threat of Helheim, we wouldn't really have the rest of Gaim.
okay, that's fair. But also, I'm just imagining like them figuring out just Sid sipping a latte, and all of a sudden Takeshi Hongo punches him in the back of the head.
Yeah, no, he would do that. No, that's like the seven of them will sit in the laboratory and we'll have every single mystery figured out in like a day. Like that's what they did. Sometimes that's just what they did in Showa. Whenever there was a big mystery, they did the whole 60s Batman thing and like just have Batman and Robin in their outfits in a lab testing shit out. Like
Oh my god. I feel like I need to fire up 71 Kamen Rider now. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, but they would have figured this out. Then of course you also have to understand Decade could easily do some dimensional shit and like sever Helheim from the earth. A few of the riders are gods at this point.
I mean, that sounds like amazing detective work. I wonder what the writer who shows up in this movie, who's an actual detective, can do to solve this mystery.
Oh,
Shadowing is a literary device in which.
Oh, I love Shotaro. He's so good. So Gaim is apparently too much of a novice to be a writer. Cracks are appearing everywhere. Better use the scholar. Oh wait, it's destroyed at this point, and we get introduced to the big bads of the movie, the Underground Empire, Badan.
This is just Shocker again, ain't it?
Yeah, no, that's basically every Showa villain.
Isn't that the dude with the isn't that dude with the helmet, the samurai helmet? Isn't that literally just the Shocker dude?
Yeah.
It's just him again from.
Yes.
I remember him from Ghost Ichigo.
Yep, because he's one of the main villains. Almost every single of these old shoots that showed up were monsters from the 70s. I mean,
Yeah.
This is fan service. This is
Can you imagine a show where monsters from the 70s just keep showing up? Anyway, when's that $15 story?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Spider-Man and Batman don't show up.
Wait, did Batman have a Toku adaptation?
No. They're Rider 71. His first villains are quite literally Spider-Man and Batman.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Now I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do like
they had to rename them Spider-Og and Bat-Og.
No. They were just called Ogs in that version because that version of Ichigo isn't this Ichigo.
Yeah.
It's all weird because then you also have the first, which is another version of Ichigo. And then Shotaro's mentor, in his own personal movie, fought and killed a bat person and a spider person. They like doing that a lot. Anyway, So I do like the scene. This porcupine monster attacks Kota, Mai, and Shu, and Kota, mid-transformation, grabs his orange and just uses it as a shield. I like that. I thought that was really cool.
The move that was really sick to me was later when he's fighting the big bad. He goes Strawberry, and he kicks Strawberry at his head, and it rebounds. He kicks Strawberry at the guy and hits him, and it rebounds back and goes on his head.
Well, first he makes it to where the Strawberry just falls on the guy first, and then it bounces off the ground. Then he kicks it. Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out having the movie budget allows him to have more than one bad special effect. Yay!
Yeah, well, we're going to see a lot when we get to because Sentai's crossing over, so we get kaiju basically.
Yeah, I kind of love that Black RX is basically just a guy in front of miniatures and a green screen, whereas
Jay
is just a guy in front of a
J for giant.
Oh yeah,
J for giant.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jay is basically just a guy on miniatures and in front of a green screen, whereas when Gaim attacks him, he's a CGI effect. That's just delightful.
Kateri, I have to just take a second to jump rider tracks to talk about, since J for giant reminded me of this. What are you doing with that book? I need to look up the English word to find my mission. Unmask the enemy. The.
Zeitz is so good. Zeitz is so good.
Zeitz is it's A tier now. It is approaching A+ tier.
Yeah, since I'm not going to be here next week for that podcast, absolutely delightful show. Can't wait for it to get to the end game.
Oh my god.
The new baddie is fucking unhinged. I love it.
Wait, you're actually betraying us.
Devil May Cry ass motherfucker. I love him so much.
The fucking German Luger.
Yeah. So Shu turns one of the minions inside out, but PG.
So it's just his costumes inside out.
Yeah. We get the rest of the Gaim Riders, and then 15 minutes into the movie.
Oh god damn it!
Yep, it's when he hits the 15. That's like right when it hits the 15-minute mark.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi, Skeletor. What are you doing here?
Yeah,
bone is certainly a type of fruit, all right.
Oh,
I had to inform Chris immediately as soon as somebody finished about this.
Yes. So this is Kamen Rider 15. He has the power of 15. The 15 Heisei Riders. He has a Heisei Lock Seed. And he uses a lot of the armors from the previous movie we watched. We ended up finding out that the previous movie we watched was this is a sequel to it. Even though they're both not really canon together.
The movies are canon to each other, but not to the actual show they're spinning off from.
I didn't watch that wizard thing, so this just looked to me like he was using the powers.
So whenever Wizard is like, my will for Kiyomi turned her into an evil wizard. Yeah, that was the plot of his movie from the previous movie.
Okay, well,
and then he got bored.
And he got bored. But what I like about this guy is, he likes to, whenever the riders are fighting him, he likes to flex and use their forms against him. So he's mirroring them. He's mirroring them. Wow.
I mean, it's a cool concept because he's a lot like Decade, because Decade, as you saw during the Decade 15 fight in this movie, can just be different riders and. So Gaim's not having a good time against 15, but Ichigo, Nigo, and V3 show up to save the day. Then Gaim meets Decade. Kota actually met him before, so the Wizard ended up getting 2 extra episodes where they decided to do another 15 rider special for the last 2 episodes of Wizard. Can you tell that they were excited for the 15th Heisei anniversary?
Just a little.
But basically, Tsukasa Decade was the main character in the last 2 episodes with Wizard. And then Gaim shows up at the very end to be the 15th, while everyone else are in their final forms. There's just Gaim in orange. Somehow Naritaki made himself small. We don't know why. We don't know anything about Naritaki. He is literally just a troll.
Damn you, Decade.
Yeah. I love that. He screams "Damn you, Decay," and everyone's looking around for him, and he's just standing on the fruit thing.
I love that Decade tries to poke him with a fork.
That was funny.
Like I don't think they've ever fully explained who he is. I know in some of the Decade movies he transforms into one of the Showa monsters, but then he turns back to Naritaki just to be Naritaki.
Maybe he's part of the Q
You're
continuum.
watching a Decade show.
Mm.
Oh my god!
I do want to find like a bunch of people to introduce into Rider through Decade or Geo, just to see if they're watching the homages makes them want to go watch the show proper.
I mean, there is one homage in this series, in this movie, that I do want to watch the show proper for.
Yeah, no, see, that's another thing about this movie. You watch them and you're like, oh, this Fies guy seemed pretty cool. Oh, hey, they have a sale on the Fies DVD box set. Let me go spend, 4,000 yen on it real fast.
This Fies guy's pretty neat. They let like a third of the movie be about him.
Yeah, no, this is when they decide to start building up his revival story, because this show kind of doesn't end. It's weird. It's one of the main complaints people have about Fies, other than the novel that came out afterwards.
Yeah.
I know I brought up the novel more than once.
Yes, you have.
The dead dude,
made.
the dead dude, the dick. That's the guy.
That's
the
it. Oh.
guy. Yeah, and that's the guy's armor that your precious Hibiki wears in that crossover.
The past was a mistake.
But yeah, basically you watch this and you're like, oh, I'm interested in watching this, and you go watch it anyway. So Naritaki tells the kid he needs the power of the 15 riders, and Showa riders won't help out. The Heisei and Kota has no idea what they're talking about. Why is Kota here?
Because it's the Gaim. He's the current writer.
Yep.
But then it's like I'm sitting there and I'm just watching all the stuff with Fies and the old doctor, and then some other stuff happens. There's a fight with him. There's a backstory with that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, is this supposed to be a Gaim movie? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. No, one of the things I think what they were doing with this is they also didn't want to step on Uebuchi's toes with this as well.
This is wild. IP is wild. It's like imagine if like Sean, what's the episode of Madoka where we find out what soul gems are?
I'm not saying.
Okay. But okay, we won't say the specific episode number or that stuff. But imagine
what the hell is a soul gem?
You'll find out.
We'll find out.
But imagine if after that there's a movie where Madoka teams up with Cutie Honey and Sailor Moon and I don't know.
Don't tell me you wouldn't pay $20 for that movie ticket.
I would, but it's also fucking bizarre.
So Decade and Kaito goes to Futo City to get Double.
I hear Double is like a peak show.
Oh, Double's great. I can't wait till we finally cover Double.
That might be a fun one to do.
Mm-hmm. And if we do Double, we also can cover the anime.
Oh my!
They did a manga series that the manga is still ongoing, but they made 13 episodes on anime, and people are like, so when you guys are going to do the rest of the manga? Scratching their necks. You guys got any more of the anime episodes from the manga?
I need my Punch Man cartoons.
The animation is so good. The animation is like actually sick as fuck.
Anyway, this leads to the best bit of the movie: Kaito the Pet Wrangler.
Yeah. Oh god, I wish he did more card stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Splash,
but
down he goes.
It's like, ooh, wow, Kaito, neat card tricks. What have you got next? Something fun, something great? The weak should be crushed beneath my heel. Oh.
He vaguely gestures towards desiring power, but that doesn't really go anywhere in the context of the movie.
No, but we know
Well,
that he's
We know what
still-
happened in the last movie when he got power. Oh yeah, Fred, you didn't say it. He actually took over all the armies except Gaim's and tried to fight Gaim while the big bad was about to destroy the world.
The
Oh,
bad
lovely.
Ellie was an evil version of Gaim.
Yeah,
Mirror alert.
yeah. Oh no, if I had nickel every time Gaim had to go against someone wearing orange as an armor, I've had 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but strange that it's happened twice.
Well, cash in again because unless you're counting this movie, because
That's I'm counting this movie. It's
all right. Fair
yeah.
enough.
I do like 15's Gaim armor is actually his head. So even though it looks like the same orange armor, you can still see bits and pieces of Gaim's face on it, like the
Man,
wings.
imagine like the head armor thing becoming a face. That'd be weird to wear, right?
Mm.
Foreshadowing is a literary device in which
So we end up meeting into Fi's, this is Fi's first appearance in a decade. Eventually,
okay.
events from this movie will bleed into other crossover events that will eventually bleed into the 20th anniversary Fi's movie.
Oh, man.
So they basically start building up the 20th anniversary Fi's movie 6 years in advance. So in Fi's is straight up a fastest plot where a group is trying to create super soldiers called Orphanox, kill the human race, and Fi's is the wolf Orphanox.
Bitches.
And his name
Speaking
is
of
literally Inui, which Inui means wolf.
Speaking of wolves, the current antagonist for the next batch of Kamen Z's episodes is a wolf-themed baddie.
No, he's not. Are you talking about the wolf shadow getting the upgrade for the next episode?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he's not like the main baddie because it's
No, but he is very much using a wolf as an indentured servant.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Well, this is like the 3rd time the wolf shadow's been killed. So. But Fies goes off to do something else, but gets stopped by Badon. Fies is having flashbacks from his show, which, even though this is kind of a spoiler, this is not a spoiler. The events that happens in the beach in the show, it's completely different than what he's remembering. And basically, they explain that part of him, suffering from this is it's making the events of his memories worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good way to explain a retcon of this guy getting Thanos snapped into sand.
No, in the show, he got one of those things where the bad guy picked him up by the neck, twist his wrist to snap his neck, then he turned into sand.
Oh. Well, this is worse. This is slightly worse. Getting blown up and grabbing him and being like, why do you have to live and I die? You fucking suck.
Dude, this guy's a dick. I don't know why Fies is having so much issue over this. This guy was a dick in the show. This guy's worse than Kyria.
Oh, Jesus.
This is before we bring up the novel-only pedophilic rape.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, that's a appropriate reaction to that.
Yeesh.
The guy wrote a novel after finishing this show and decided to write him that way.
Why?
Nope, don't
We
like
don't
that.
talk about the novel.
Oh.
Ibuki baby, take that armor off right now.
Okay, so
Can we talk about the doctor guy? This guy's fucking cool.
Yeah. I would love to watch this show.
So X,
Yeah.
is he a doctor in X? Let me double check that actually, because I think they may have changed his profession.
Well, it's been like, what, 20, 30 years since this
40-ish years.
So,
40 years. Because X came out in 74.
Okay,
35 episodes, apparently 2 movies.
Yeah, that's 40 years. Yeah, okay.
Jin. Main protagonist. He's a cyborg built for undersea exploration. Oh, his dad was killed by the organization God.
Yeah, according to the Diabolic DVD website, from his enemies include Starfish Hitler and
Yes.
Aunt Capone.
What
No,
the
no,
fuck?
no. I've shown Starfish Hitler to you guys before. I showed them to you in like the very first Kamen Rider podcast.
Yes.
Starfish Hitler. I don't remember this.
So God's goal was to revive the greatest fascists and dictators in the world to try and get them back into power. But the only way they can revive them was combining them with DNA from animals.
Okay.
Kamen Rider, you gotta love it.
Again, kind of surprised he doesn't show up in this movie.
The design of Starfish Hitler looks so hilarious.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry. I don't
I
see
lo-
anything in this plot synopsis that wants him to be a doctor. So it just must be something he did after the show.
I love this with the criminal holds the girl hostage, and it's just like, I promise to heal you. Break in, boys, we got him.
Mm.
He just lays them all out. I promised you wouldn't be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
very lawful.
Yeah.
Very
Also, the patient of his has some tragic backstory involving finding her dad that doesn't actually get followed up, and I feel like they were trying to build up maybe an X follow-up series.
Random plot threads to probably be used in later movies.
Yeah, but this is the only movie X appears in, so
Yeah, it happens. Oh, apparently he shows up in that double anime.
Oh, there you go.
So, there's this whole scene where Fies follows the doctor. The doctor's like, "Why are you following me? Here, help me with this patient." They have a serious talk where Fies explains why he's hesitating, and the kid makes fun of the serious talk. They have food. I guess there's a whole thing that Fies doesn't like waiting for food. I guess that's a thing from the show. I don't know. But Fies decides that he's going to fight to protect the Mari and the doctor the following day. And the doctor's like, "Well, you're now going to be fighting me now." And then he transforms into X.
You bitch ass Heisei Rider, I'm gonna kick your ass.
They haven't established why they need to be fighting, so why are they fighting? But X ends up being Fies. Then we find out Shotaro doesn't want to leave Futo because he's the only rider to protect it. There's a secondary rider in the area, and technically going on at this time, because Drive is the next series, and I guess around this time you could say Proto Drive could also come to Futo, because they do establish that Futo and the town from Drive are literally right next to each other. There's a hilarious moment in like one of the Drive movies where the secondary rider from Double, who's a detective, like an actual detective, and the Drive detective, apparently a dead body fell right, like the dividing line between Futo and their town cuts them in half. And so they're deciding whose jurisdiction the dead body's in.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, no. Apparently, I also like throughout this movie. Apparently, you could just run to Futo from Zawame City, so I guess that's also like right there too. And
Very convenient.
Shu's dead. Plot twist.
No, no.
yep. Once again, Truck-kun kills someone.
Yeah.
So we have Zetz, this little kid, probably a bunch of isekai characters. That one webcomic that's been going on for decades that involves a blowjob cat.
Wait, what?
Excuse me?
Fuck.
Short Pact is weird.
So Conrad or Gabby, none of you guys watch it. It's really good though. But in the first episode, Gav saves someone from being truck-cooned by putting his body in the way, and because he's half monster, the truck rams into him, completely destroys the truck, and the drivers fly out of the windshield and land on their butts outside.
Take that, Truck-kun.
Gav is good. But anyway, this Shu kid explained all this death and stuff to Kota, and Kota's just taking it all in like it's another Tuesday. This is also where we find... Oh, go ahead.
It's like, kid, I saw truth that an ancient civilization is invading our planet, and we've got maybe 5 years left of life before we all fucking die. Yeah, you getting hit by a truck, that's like Sesame Street.
I'm real sad for you, but this is we end up finding out that Kamen Rider 15 is Shu's dead, so this is a big custody battle.
That was my observation.
Yeah.
Very, very well spotted. God.
15 versus Gaim. Decade ends up showing up to save the day. But then Gaim's like, oh, okay, fine, this guy, you get the kid to safety. So Decade goes off and then gets attacked by one of the main generals from Black RX. Remember, Black RX was actually like a popular series in Japan. How it was ranked third from the worst, it's still astonishing to me. But anyway, we end up running into Black and Black RX.
Hey, thanks for the save, guys. Oh, go fuck yourself, Heisei boy.
So here's the thing. The reason why there's two Blacks is also Decade's fault.
Of course it is.
So in one of the Decade movies, they had a big Black segment in it that came out wrong. But but there was a whole segment where somehow Decade separated Black from Black RX, even though one's a sequel series to the other. Like RX is meant to be a mutation of his powers. Made them separate dimensions, and basically the same actor who played both Black and Black RX, because it was the sequel series, there was two of them together, so they both can transform into their respective Blacks to fight a monster. And so these two Blacks are because of Decay. In fact, Black RX season actually started 3 months before the Heisei era began. So most of Black RX season fell under Heisei, and a lot of the things from Black RX we still use today. Like Black RX was the first rider to actually have multiple like base forms. So he has like a robo form, a bio form, you know, like a sword form, axe form kind of thing.
Right.
But so apparently Showa hates Heisei because the Heisei riders are the ones that revive Badon.
Because they have grief.
Yeah.
Grief.
Oh, you were sad that somebody died and you missed them and wanted them to come back. You monster! Look what you did.
Yeah. Basically, if you dwell on the past, you dwell on the dead. That's a negative emotion sometimes.
This is ironic, coming from the Kamen Rider crossover movie, where a bunch of old toys from the past show up, and they're saying, "Dude, don't linger on the past."
Though, don't linger on the dead.
Yeah, though it is very much a generational divide, right? In terms of mentality, the generation of Kamen Riders from the Showa era were very much the post-Hiroshima generation.
Oh, yeah.
So, Double shows up to give Decade some help. Shotaro does. But wait. I mean, Kamen Rider Joker. He's not Double because he doesn't have the two sides. When he transforms by himself, he is just Kamen Rider Joker.
I guess he could get his other actor.
No, he shows up. He has the green half later on in this movie. And yes, the actor for Philip actually did become a big actor. But, you know, Joker versus Black and Black RX, Kaito shows up to help. Baron and Joker win, but they get stopped by Super One and Amazon. And then we find out that whichever this evil plot is, every time a rider loses, they get turned into a Lockseed. Why? I don't know.
Because toys.
So this whole thing is she was feeling guilty that he told his mom he hated her before he got hit by the truck, and he's trying to reverse that I hate you till I love you. That's his whole thing. So his mom's waiting at this lighthouse, and Decay decides to drive up like 2 miles away from the lighthouse and tells the kid, go to your mom. What? So Shu getting kidnapped here is Decade's fault. Why didn't you just drive up to the lighthouse? Why did you park
Because
so
then
far
the
away?
movie wouldn't happen.
And we get Decade's catchphrase, which honestly is still one of my favorite catchphrases in the series. I'm just a passing by Kamen Rider. Remember that.
Dang.
And then we get this big fight. Gaim is apparently ultimate transformation. We see Kachidoki arms, and that even loses. And now we're back to the beginning of the movie.
Who would win? An entire mobile armed battle station in Yggdrasil Tower with lots of turrets and other things to fight, or one Bone Daddy?
Well, the turrets are all gone, so Bone Daddy by default.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bone Guy.
Yeah. So by the way, this is still a superhero Taisen-like movie, so we got Super Sentai stuff here too, and a giant monster in the wall.
We're adding more things. Wow.
So one of the big generals, who's actually a really cool character from ToQger, shows up to say, "Oh, I'll help you guys out." So we get a train-on-train fight with Dino. We get
Yay.
Super One and Akito taking each other out, and now we're down to 7 Showa riders left to take on the last 7 Heisei riders. We have Ichigo, Nigo, V3, Riderman, X, Amazon, Black versus Vice, Kiva, Decade, Joker, O's, Wizard, and Guy.
Which one of the shows is the one that doesn't have like something covering their mouth?
Riderman.
Spider-Man.
Riderman.
Riderman.
So he would technically be considered a second rider, but because of how weird his Showa was, even though he's like V3's Robin, they still consider him a full-fledged Kamen Rider because they considered Nigo Ichigo's like secondary rider and equal Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
So all the Heisei riders here have lingering feelings of the dead, and that's the reason why Badan is revived. Fies feels guilty for his second rider dying. Kiva, one of the big in-game plots of Kiva is him going to the past to try and prevent his dad from fucking.
What?
He tries to stop
okay.
his birth. He tries to stop his birth from happening because his girlfriend gets murdered.
What?
Decade is the walking embodiment of death. Joker lost his mentor. O's lost his boyfriend, the other guy you've seen in other O's movies, the blonde-haired guy. Wizard lost Kiyomi, and oh yeah, Yuya is a thing.
Yeah. Well, also the other nut boy, but he doesn't matter as much as Yuya.
No, you is the thing.
Yeah.
So this fight's really quick. They're all destroying each other really quick until it's just Gaim versus Ichigo, and I guess Gaim wins. Okay. Oh no, wait, Z-Cross is still here. So Z-Cross is funny. So for some reason, for the 10th anniversary, they did a 1-episode special that was also meant to be like a possible pilot, where Z-Cross is born, all the riders gather, kind of thing. Yeah, that's his only thing he was in before this. Just that one possible pilot episode. He apparently destroyed the Baden army from the inside. We never see it happen. How? I don't know. All the riders are apparently in Helheim, and apparently Z-Cross got Gaim to use all the seeds at once by throwing all the rider lock seeds at him. Why are the riders in Helheim? Why? This ending's a mess. But hey, it's climax time. I feel like I was having fun with the movie until the contrived plot here.
Oh, the 15 scheme, you mean? Or?
Well, no, the Z-Cross scheme to trick Badan to gain all the riders together.
Oh, this thing. Yeah.
Just imagine, what if you just told Gaim from the start, hey, this is the plan. Oh, okay, we'll pretend to...
Well, then the movie would be over.
Yeah. We also see the Supreme Leader of Badan's true form. Cool. Yeah. They also explained that one of the villains post the Gaim series will turn into this too. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. We meet I can never pronounce this whole thing. We meet King from Koruger. which was at this time the most popular Super Sentai. It was so popular that South Korea made a sequel season to it.
Wow.
Actually endorsed by Toei, and they got all the Japanese actors to go to South Korea to film scenes.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, Kyoryuger, that's how you pronounce it. Wow. Apparently, that was like the last like big selling season for Super Sentai, and that's why Super Sentai's canceled now.
It's dead forever.
Dead forever.
It's over.
Forever.
Anyway, Double's now here. He has the green half. Phillips in him. 15 fights off Decade, Double, Forza, and Wizard. Gaim versus 15 again. The Gaim
Blah,
Rider
blah,
shows
blah.
up. You know, there's not race all over the place, and one of them's the secondary rider from Fies.
Okay,
Well-
okay. This is where I raise my objection. Like, okay, I'm sure this is great for people who are like, oh my God, Fies, I remember that. Oh, it's that guy from the Fies show, and he's a bitch. But me coming into it from I'm watching this from the perspective of a Gaim is the incumbent writer. Why the fuck didn't you show up to go after Kota?
I would say
Yeah.
Heisei would have been a better pick.
I-
Because they filmed these. Sorry, there's a spider underneath my desk. And I just destroyed its web and then was like, oh crap, I'm running away. Anyway. So they filmed these a while back. So this was probably being filmed. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, I'm not sure what. Yeah, if this was filmed midway through the show, it might have been just before or Nutboy died.
It probably was filmed around then.
Okay.
So,
Wait, how are they
but-
filming it when not by that when they have the fucking Triumph arms in it?
Because they have the toys.
Oh,
They have the suits made.
Kamen Rider, you never cease to amaze me.
It's why we have so much stuff in the first crossover movies. They filmed those before the first episode's filmed.
Oh my
But anyway,
gosh.
but this movie came out like 2 or 3 weeks before Kota found out about Yuya.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
you also have to make sure you don't accidentally spoil plot from the show. But at the same time, the directors of the movie may not even know when the show was going to get spoiled.
oh
like,
my
for that
lord!
bit. So
what a
because
tangled web we weave.
it depends on how much conversation there was between the directors of this movie and Urobuchi.
Mm-hmm.
With,
But you understand the sentiment I have. Better to have
Yeah,
that than the fight.
I'd say Heisei would have been a better pick.
Yeah.
Imagine
okay.
if Heisei showed up to, why didn't you protect me? I know you
Why-
watched me die. You just stood there while I was being murdered, kind of thing.
Oh,
Stood
God.
there, bitch. They literally knocked me on my ass, and I could hardly move.
Well, you can still blame Gaim that way, but during this whole thing, Gaim ends up getting the Showa Rider Lockseed to combat the Heisei Rider Lockseed.
He becomes the fucking bobblehead.
Well, he's a grasshopper. He started buying him as a grasshopper. So we get this most pointless scene in the movie. Oh, well, first off, the Tokugers are there. Why?
Who knows?
They never explain why.
Because Sentai.
So Wizard and X goes to stop the machine, but then Fies somehow tanks both their attacks.
No, we can't stop the machine. I can bring my friend back. No, actually, that's fucking stupid. You're right.
Yeah, pointless. Because Fies throughout. Okay, so like how Kiria was a dick to Asamu throughout the second half of Hibiki.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that, but worse.
Oh
no.
And
boy.
the thing about Fies riders is they're not linked to their belts. So there's even like a whole plot where the secondary rider stole Fies' belt and committed murders in his name to make him a suspect on stuff.
Oh my god.
Like it's straight up. Like, why are you this much? I honestly a bitch about this. That's the best way I can put this. But then they're like,
Right.
"Oh yeah, no, we'll go stop the machine."
Yeah.
Somehow,
Let's all
Go ahead.
fly up there, Aruto in envy. What? Aruto's not invented yet? He's still in envy.
mm-mm. So Kyoryu Rid summons his Zord, which, by the way, they're sentient in Kyoryuger. So
Zords are
Gabatera is
fucking
like his
sentient.
best friend. Yeah, Gabatera is like his best friend. The two of them hung out in a deserted island for a few years before the show started. But apparently Gabatera could turn into a train. Why? Because that show was so
Toys.
popular that train toy would have sold for the Sentai. But hey, the Dinliner's here with the Dino. Dino's another popular show. So we're going to get ourselves Kamen Rider Tokyo Dino. Wait, he gets kicked out of the cockpit. We get Tokyo Koryujin featuring Dinliner.
Jesus, what is this shit?
I showing you the fully erect Tokyo.
I think you did, but it's been a while. You could show us again.
Episode 3 of Tokyo. He gets trapped. Tokyo gets trapped in a coffin. That's like the monster of the week's like thing. Is he can trap you in like a coffin, right? And so the way they break out of the coffin, I don't know if you guys are ready for this.
I'm picturing it in my mind since you're phrasing.
I guess I have to share my whole screen.
Oh my god.
Well,
That is horrifying.
That's how they break out of the coffin.
Yeah, okay. Tokuo from Reisha Sentai Tokiker is the most underrated mecha in the franchise.
Oh,
he's not under anything. If anything, he's overcompensating. I mean, what?
But yeah, no, it's Tokyo is a fun Super Sentai. It really is. But basically everything gets destroyed. I like how like the train, like it tells you next stop, finishing move, slash thingy, right? It's like, you know, they get hit by attack. The car announces that they're stay in your seats during this bumpy ride. Whatever, Anyway, so all that's left is 15. Gaim ends up winning, but Shu's time is running out. All the Super Sentai peeps are gone for this, by the way. They show up, they're gone, but Shu's time is running out.
It said featuring Super Sentai. They were indeed featured.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get more of them next time.
Yeah, oh no, you guys are going well for the next batch. But they're like, oh, we gotta make sure Shu's wishes are heard by his mom. And Ichigo's like, we hear you. And so we do a classic Showa Kamen Rider move that has only been done like 3 times before this movie.
Power of Love.
Rider Syndrome. The thing they did when they circled around Shu and held their arms out. They can literally rewrite reality with this move. And they do it on very rare occasions.
So
the rest of the jam.
Yeah.
Wait. So they rewrite reality to change Shu's message to his mom from "I hate you" to "I love you," but they don't rewrite reality so that Shu is alive now.
No, they just no. They teleported Shu's spirit to the lighthouse. His spirit lights up the lighthouse, and the light from the lighthouse changes the message.
Right.
They do this whenever there's a massive Deus Ex Machina that extra strength constipation relief can't get out.
Yeah,
What?
Listen, I watched the Doctor Who Series 3 finale. I know this move.
Yeah, basically. But there's still some beef versus Showa and Heisei. And so they start fighting again.
Let's fight. And okay, this is wild. It's Gaim versus Ichigo. Oh no, who's gonna win? Oh, he took the attack. Gaim wins because he protected an innocent little flower.
Yeah.
Honestly, I prefer
important flower of the universe.
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer this to the alternate ending where Ichigo wins because Gaim just surrenders.
Well, Gaim recognized that Ichigo was just standing still while Gaim was getting fully powered up, and no matter what Gaim would have thrown in Ichigo would have countered.
Which is very much that scene from Dragon Ball Super where Goku goes full Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, blue, 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 and the Jiro basically just stands there and watches.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where, Gaim had enough battle IQ to know that if he would have attacked, he would have just been destroyed. But so this whole thing, there was a poll going out. A bunch of fans could have voted on who will win, Showa or Heisei. And Heisei apparently barely won. And so this was the ending that was put out to theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
But
it's like Dimensions in Time. Ah, I went it back.
You say Dimensions in Time. I was thinking more Day of the Doctor.
Well,
Once everybody starts shaking hands and patting each other on the back.
well, I meant the vote. I meant the voting for who won.
And also Dimensions Time in the sense that literally every single monster from the classic era shows up.
I love it. Whatever costumes weren't falling apart in storage.
Mm-hmm.
Here, have one of these.
But that's basically in the movie. They all shake hands. Apparently, Kamen Rider Shin damages anyone who touches him, so I didn't see which of the riders was shaking his hand, but that would have been immense pain. Also, kiddies, don't watch that movie. That movie's not for you.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Well, you've seen Kamen Rider Shin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I know you haven't, Sean. You've seen Shin Kamen Rider, but not Kamen Rider Shin.
Yeah. Now that the movie's over, you can go out to your local toy store and get these Kamen Rider action figures. And you, just like Baron, for the low price of $100.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, Sean. Sean doesn't understand how popular Baron is in Japan.
Yeah. The Saber, meanwhile, costs about $60.
I look closer at that picture. That's a limited edition Saber too. That's meant to be an extra rare Saber, and it's still the cheapest thing there.
Yeah, but it's not as cheap as 01, which is $45.
He looks cool. That would look like a neat figure.
Kuga is $85.
Yeah, Kuga's the big daddy of the Heisei. So anyway, thoughts on the movie?
This is
It sure was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a perfectly adequate one of those.
Yeah.
So,
on a scale of American tokusatsu, it's better than To Boldly Flee, but not as good as Kick-Assia.
Oh my god.
I give it 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
Sean wants to see if we ever do an X podcast. Sean wants to be part of it. Is there a writer that you guys see in this movie that if that's a future podcast that coming up soon you want to be a part of?
Double.
Maybe
mean,
the Wolf one. Maybe.
I had fun with this. I had fun.
Yeah.
I like the action.
Yeah, this was better than the other Guy movie we watched.
I didn't watch that guy movie because I'm like,
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It's Gaim goes to the Renaissance Fair.
This is adequate. This is it's one of those. It's action figures slamming together for the purposes of making the children go to the store and buy more action figures. It is the perfectly fine one of those.
And it had some good character moments. Decade's in his own season wasn't great, but every time he shows up post his own season, he is one of the best characters. Yeah.
Damn you, Decade.
Yeah, I loved his introduction in this movie, where he's just sitting at the fruit shop eating his ice cream. He's the coolest motherfucker in the room.
Yeah, he's eating somehow the fruit shop person somehow made his face perfectly in the sorbet thingy. But next time we meet up, I just realized I thought we were just going to do Tokyo during Gaim by himself. No, we're going to do Tokyo during Gaim, the spring special, the other thing that happened around this time. And then we're also going to do episodes 24 through 27.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Back to the main Gaim. Back to fucking misery and suffering. Woo!
For a very, very fun special.
Mhm.
And speaking of fun special stuff, what's been going on Mondays and Thursdays?
Well, nothing for now because I'm on vacation. But when I get back, we'll be playing Little Goody Two Shoes and finishing up Donkey Kong Country 3 105%.
Awesome. Authors. How goes the writing?
Lena and I are currently working on a book about Star Trek.
Yes.
I just finished an essay on the next phase called "Who Mourns for Geordie LaForge."
Oh my.
Also, I am working on The Beat. I just had an article released about a graphic novel written by Darren Aronofsky that was not good.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Lena, how goes the book that I edit?
Well, I am happy to say that there's been some movement on the cover art front. I don't really have a projected release date because it, depends on how soon our artist can finish the work. But things are moving along, and I'm very happy. I think it's going to be really pretty when you all see it.
Woo.
This would be Back to the 11th Hour, the print edition, which has been... it's only taken me, about 4 years to finish this series? But soon it will all be over.
Well, that's okay. It took him 4 years to finish the Smith era.
All right. So, I was part of a charity marathon yesterday. It did not go too well.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it was the rando didn't rando right, so I couldn't finish in the 2 hours. But the charity in total raised $7,000.
Oh, that's good though.
Oh, good for them.
When you said it didn't go well, I thought
No, I didn't.
$50.
I spent almost an hour in Route Matrix trying to find a single weapon for X1 and X2, and I couldn't get anywhere. It was it was rough. It was not my usual Route Matrix seed. Is the thing? It was like, well, I guess the rando gods decided to punish me today because it's all randomizer stuff.
Well,
Yeah, it was a tournament it was a randomizer for good. And so we raised $7,000 for Nepal, rebuilding Nepal's schools.
oh, that's good.
Yay!
But besides that, we'll be back a couple weeks. We're going to be talking the other big event that happened around this time for Gaim and episodes 24 through 27. A lot of episodes, but we'll be fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
So until then, good night, all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.